have a decent base count in the end. And we are going to go into map number 4 here with Serral on match point, and it is going to be Nightshade. Innovation on his last life.
This is going to be a very important map here. And of course, looking to seal the deal up here in the top left-hand side of the map, representing ENCE Esports, he is Serral.
And in the bottom right here from Kaiser Gaming in the blue, an incredible performance, but he's on his last life. He is Innovation, the machine. Looking a tiny bit dejected there after game number 3. He is so good at this video game. I know he's had his thoughts about TVZ before. He's been very vocal about it, legendarily telling Guri and GSL that he can't beat Zerg while sporting an 80% win rate in the matchup at the studio. He has thoughts. He's an opinionated gentleman, but he absolutely has the skills to take this to the ace match, potentially even beat Serral. But it's such a daunting task.
I think that the trap that could be a bit too easy to fall into here for Innovation is, you know, sticking to that 8 barracks play. I think it is something which is so powerful and so pointed, but it is essentially, you know, unable to deal with the maneuverability of a clever Zerg player like Serral. It's not just the giving up the bases, it's the backstabs as well, right? We saw it on Ephemeron, and we saw it here as well. The ability for Ling Bane to smash into his third base as he's moving out always seems to disrupt and just throw off this push. Cleans up the reinforcement a lot more efficiently. And because it doesn't have the flexibility, I think at this point Innovation needs to scrap that game plan and try something else for the mid to late game. Now, whether that's more wild proxy builds like that win that he got, or if it's just, you know, take a 4th command center, try to get up to Liberators or double factory siege tank or something else. I think there has to be a variation in here because Serral is starting to look comfortable against that.
Yeah, I mean, Serral's been comfortable, but he's also been really respecting Innovation. You know, Innovation's been respecting him as well with SCV scouts at the start of the game, not cutting too many corners. Serral's been getting Overlord speed to respect Innovation as well. It's a big investment, you know, it was 75-75 for a moment, back up as an expensive upgrade again, but it does, you know, it slows down your tech, but it makes you feel so much safer against a Terran that can be quite tricky.
Absolutely. Reaper comes in, starts to hit those drones. Zerglings are just kind of veering around, looking for the surround now at this point. Innovation, of course, has gone quite deep. That Queen is about to pop out and does leave just in time. Reaper attacks unpaid here for Serral. Good micro, saving the day, as it often does. And with a quick third base down, uninterrupted, his opening very smooth, very calm, and yeah, I also wonder if there is, you know, something Innovation could mix in here with like a block on that third base or something like that. Lots of variations, of course. For now, 3rd command center very quickly going down here on the high ground. For all intents and purposes, it looks like the exact same build. I mean, this is a great map for it. And perhaps this is just what he really has faith in, and he maybe just has to kind of watch out for the backstabs a bit better, maybe be a little bit more prepared for those counterattacks.
Yeah, Nightshade is a little bit, you know, it's got a similar sort of distance, but it's got a little bit less just wide open area like Simulacrum does, where the Zergs really have that edge in an engagement. We're actually seeing a Roach Warren out of Serral here. Normally in his games, he's just been going Ling Baneling, so this is a difference in build for the Zerg. Innovation's build so far looking extremely similar.
Yeah, 2 Overlords queuing up. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few more here from Serral. A Ravager Ling, you know, you're up 2-1. Your opponent might try to get tricky. Sometimes just building a whole ton of Ravagers is the best way to make sure they don't get away with anything sneaky. It's also been a 3rd command center incredibly early every game. This is one of the most economic builds. And you know what? Single Queen comes down. You've got to, I think, around the next Hellion poke, if you keep seeing signs of minimal defense, hey, why are there so few queens here? Just 1, okay, now 2, still not that many queens. Still haven't seen any drones on the 3rd base. You've got to start to kind of get an idea of what's going on here, but Innovation hasn't seen any clear signs of it just yet, and I'm worried he's not going to get a read.
I'm with you there. Or in fact, the Hellion's getting surrounded a little bit, taking a little bit of damage, so they get muscled back while the Roaches rally through the map. Still unscouted here.
No, oh,
Innovation's got no idea. He's starting barracks and stim. Oh, Innovation. More Hellions heading through the middle of the map. These ones are going to see the Roaches, or rather the Ravager Cocoons, as they move up.
Here we go.
Got a bunker on the way here. He needs this bunker.
He's got to get to the high ground right now. Abandon the low ground. Get rid of that bunker and get to the high ground. Innovation. There is no way you will hold down here on the low ground.
He's going to try, but it doesn't look good. Starting up bunkers, but right in the faces of Roaches. A questionable decision from Innovation. He's dropping that Viking for extra DPS. The Ravagers, though, can just keep piling down these bunkers. The SCV's been pulled at the line, but the links from Serral here are going to make sure anything that goes forward is going to be nibbled to pieces.
There's just no damage output. The tank and the Liberator are on the way. They're not quite there. The depots aren't even raised in time. And Serral is inside the main base. A crisp timing attack here. Innovation's fast third command to punish brutally.
And down goes Stim, and down goes Innovation. Ain't the first time we've seen that cheeky grin turned upside down by the Korean Terran as Serral eliminates